Hello. Hello, everybody. I hope you are well. If you are new here, just letting you know that first of all, thank you so much for being here. And we have the best moderators on the internet. So thank you to our moderators. You guys keep us safe. You make this possible, so thank you. Thank you for being here. We usually spend the first 10 or 15 minutes where I take down your questions, and then I spend the rest of the hour reading those questions with astrology. And on Sunday, I usually tack on an extra half hour or so, and I answer your astrology questions. But if you'd like to speak to me, everyone here is really friendly, so there's lots of talking, chatting back and forth, which is great. But if you want to say something directly to me or ask a question, do put it in all caps, please. So then I'll know in the chat that you're talking to me. All right, if I don't read on your question, it might just be my gut. It might just be my gut saying, yeah, I'm not, I don't, it doesn't ping, it doesn't, and it's nothing personal. And if I don't get your question, or I say I don't want to read on it, I don't have favorites, there's no special, there's no super secret, hand signal combination of emojis that is the super, no, I don't have anything like that. So it's nothing personal at all, ever. I would hate to think I was hurting somebody's feelings. I don't mean to, ever. Yeah, okay, so that's taken care of. And also, just so you know, all income that comes into the Black and Orange channel from any source, including through the, using the Amazon links in the description box, all of it, 10% of all of it goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. Okie dokie, let's get the show on the road. If you're watching this later, you can skip down into the description or the first pinned comment. There'll be a list of the question. It'll be time-stamped. You can click on the number and go straight to what you are interested in. Let me think. What's next? I think that's it. Today they make my nails look short, but I don't care. I call these my spats. My spats nails. If you remember from like the 1920s or what have you. But anyway, okay. All right, so I'm going to copy down your questions, and so they'll be down here in the comment area. There will be time stamping in progress. And I'll start getting your questions. Okay, let me scroll back up and look for anything in all caps. Okay, Clotho's asking, if 80% of the public gets the virus, it results in disability in the future, it will be considered a pre-existing condition. What's going to happen if Trump does manage to do away with the ACA? Okay. Let me copy that down. We'll have a look at that. Okay. What else here? What else here? What else here? Can we read on Trump's health? Again, I know it's yucky for you. Oh no, that's fine. That his I accepted long ago that his insides are like the floor of a fast food restaurant. It's not pretty. Okay. YouTube no longer allows me to select the thumbs up button? Really? Huh. Okay, is the ACA going to survive this administration? Okay, so we've got questions about that. That's definitely... All right, that's definitely at the top of the list today. Okay. Hello, everybody. Is Kavanaugh nervous about Trump losing? Oh, good question. All right, Sherry, let me add that on here. And... Actually, I'm going to plug this in. My fan is noisy sometimes. No, it jumped. Protesters getting more violent. Will they be stopped? Carla, I'm actually going to, I'll copy this in, but actually what I wanted to look at, the conspiracy going around, which is making them more violent, is making them more upset, is that the the virus, the numbers are overblown, that they're not actually, that things aren't actually that bad. And which, you know, everybody has bias. They don't want to be wrong. They want to be proven right in the end. And Trump supporters will do anything to not admit that he's awful, how awful he is, how wrong he is, how dangerous he is. So, are the okay, so let's ask on what's going to happen? Okay, I'll just put belief. I'll just put numbers are overblown. And I will figure out some way to put that later. Okay. So what is behind the special relationship we have with our cats and our dogs? I'm not sure, Joan. I really do political tarot here, but that's a really interesting question. I mean, we all have, this is Boo Boo's and Kitty, by the way, this breathing fur pillow here. Oh, it's a good kitty. They're souls, just like we are. And their souls are massive, just like ours. Matter of fact, I think quite often, I know specifically, like with Pumpkin, Alfie, aka Pumpkin, I've had a sense of his, like, bigger soul, like, and that he was recently human, and it's like, wow, you're gonna put all that energy in a little tiny cat. Okay, all right. Okay, Clotho, yeah, okay, I got that. Valet to Trump tested positive. Trump's worried now. Is Trump worried now? And let's definitely, actually, I might even start with that one because, well, because we're reading on his health. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. I've got the window open. It's just so beautiful outside. And generally, it's been pretty quiet. Oh, and. Why? Oh, Moonchild's asking why doesn't the Trump family get the virus? It's because everybody around them is cleaning everything. Everybody, they have, you know, it isn't just people who work for them who are cleaning everything. It's, oh, bless. Oh, send some positive energy to the person who needs that ambulance, and also the EMT people. Sending positive energy their way. Okay. Why do people who work at the White House? They do consider it a great honor to work at the White House, and they don't want to slack on something happening to the president. So they are protected literally because everybody's cleaning around them constantly. Oh, why, Jean's asking, why won't Trump enact the Defense Production Act for testing, or didn't for testing, but now is for meat packing? I'll put that in. You guys have such great questions. You really do. Things I would not have thought about. Are there going to be more White House staffers testing positive? Well, okay, let's tack that one on here. Where was that? Okay, here. Okay, Kathy, and thank you so much. Thank you. Can you hear that vile plandemic video? I haven't seen the plandemic video. It's got terrible energy around it, whatever it is. What about the new virus hitting kids, Susie is asking. Well, honestly, it might not even be, something new. It just might be something they're realizing is related now. I mean, they didn't know that this virus caused so much, blood clotting, which is causing so many strokes, and there's long-term damage, and it's awful. This thing is nasty. Oh, it jumped me. Okay. Okay, I have got that, Clotho, about the pre-existing condition. Hieroglyphic is asking, will the interviews with Fauci and Dr. Bright be televised? Hoping so, stocking up in popcorn. When I read on Fauci yesterday, I got that his is gonna be televised. That's what I got. For what it's worth, I read on that yesterday. But do check with. I am not 100% correct. I'm not. That's the nature of the gig. But I have. Yes, he's giving himself a bath. But I've done this for quite a while, and I've had quite a bit of success. So I read on things, but do check with other readers. I mean, I occasionally watch. I do watch other readers sometimes. I try to wait for topics after I've read on them, but sorry. That makes total sense. Great. And see, sometimes when I'm scrolling down through your questions, YouTube decides to just reload, and it just jumps it all the way to the end, and I have to scroll around to figure out where the heck I was. Okay, hello everybody. Yep, okay, the valet. Okay, and that's okay, good, because we have lots of questions here. So, let's do our 70s tastic Morgan Greer again. Why not? Okay. I'm having a look through your questions, just scanning this. All right. Let's start with the ACA. Is the ACA going to survive the Trump administration? We are at 13:15, right on time. All right, I will shuffle here. All right, let me just shuffle here, and I will reach out for that energy. If anybody is ever wondering, I doubt you are, but I'll just throw this out there anyway. If anybody's ever wondering why cats clean themselves like this, it's the same reason that cats are immune to scorpion venom. They are desert creatures. They also like to roll around in dry dirt, dry dust, like the way chinchillas clean themselves. Evolved to not have access to a phenomenal amount of water, so they clean themselves. Okay. A little bits of trivia while you're waiting for the reading to begin. Okay, ACA, this is important. All right, stretching, sitting upright. I'm going to close my eyes here for a second. ACA, Affordable Care Act. Is the ACA going to survive Trump? They hate it. And it's Trump personally. I mean, the other Republicans hate it because anything smacks of socialism and, good grief, heaven knows, something that Obama thought of. But Trump personally hates it with a vile just stream of hatred. Because it's Obama, because it's popular, because it made Obama look good. So is the ACA going to survive Trump? I might just hold the cards up. Should I hold the cards up so you can see them, or and you can still watch out the window, or should I tilt the camera down? It's up to you. Okay, ACA. Is the ACA going to survive Trump? ACA going to survive Trump? Whatever's comfortable for the dealer. It's obsessive hatred, yes. Jazzy girl, yes. Okay. All right. Justice card. Oh, that's why that's one of the reasons they want to get as many Trump conservatives on the Supreme Court. So, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Two of Swords, and Page of Pentacles. Then the Fool. Let's see here. Well, decision is right at the center of the reading. But what Trump wants, the Fool, this is Trump, what he wants to replace it with is not good enough. It's very small. It's not a king, it's not even a knight, it's just a page. He wants to replace it with something small. Meanwhile, while being far from perfect, in the Republicans and Democrats kind of at loggerheads about it. But also, it's relatively popular among people out in the country of both parties. I mean, obviously Republicans don't like it as much, but Trump doesn't have anything decent to replace it with. So he's just hoping that the Supreme Court will knock it down and he can force through garbage. Okay, so that's let me pull some more cards, but that is important. It's important that the Supreme Court knock it down, that he's not responsible. They can't get the votes to knock it down. And Trump, will forever hate John McCain. And John McCain's on the other side, happy and healthy and thinking what a small, pathetic man Trump is. Because he is. Is he going to succeed? That's the plan. Well, this administration, McConnell, what have you, it's the judges. It's about the judges. Get more judges in there. Bypass everything else. Get the most extreme judges in so they can bypass laws or votes or anything like that. Yeah, because the Democrats are like, I don't care. I'm not. Actually, boom, where's gone? Let me tilt this down. That helped a little bit. They're not accepting these crazy ideas of leaving everybody with stuck. All right, Ace of Wands, Six of Cups, Temperance is in the middle, Judgment, and Page of Wands. Get the message. That's the messenger. And Temperance is in the middle. Republicans have some kind of idea that, well, it was fine during our day. It was fine. We were fine. And it's like, actually, number one, you may have been fine, but other people weren't. But number two, your health insurance was tied to jobs that don't offer health insurance anymore. I mean, that's a key piece of this, which is back in the 40s and 50s and what have you, they had trouble getting people to come to work for these for companies in general. So they started throwing in health insurance and health benefits, really. And so that's why health insurance in the US is so tied to people's jobs. But it was good enough for me. It's like, well, no, it doesn't quite work that way. Things are different now. And this is really going to make, this would really make, if McConnell does anything to the ACA, if Trump does anything to the ACA, heck, if the Supreme Court, people are going to be so angry. And it's like, get the message. Get the message now. Take the message now. Don't do it. But it feels like it's all literally, it's like a wheel, and the hub of the wheel is the Justice card. It's that judges, and more judges, especially the Supreme Court, So do they succeed? Do they succeed in gutting it? They want to send the message to voters that they are. They want something to show voters, communicate. This is the communication card. Disappointment. King of Swords. McConnell and Trump, they're worried that voters are disappointed. Are really, 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 they're watching, they're getting communication, they're disappointed. And now we have, the King of Swords is who I get for like Fauci. I usually get cups for people who work in healthcare, but I get swords for like administration, higher up, medical organizers, if you will. What bubble do they live in? I just saw Jazzy Girl mention. Yeah, it really is a bubble. And yeah, they don't know. They don't understand. They really don't. So they're desperate to come up with anything to show. Right now they're focused on judges, is what I'm getting. But it's because their voters are disappointed, and then we have all this medical problem on top of it, and the stock market is strangely, very strangely still high. Which is helping a little bit because so many people are like, well, I don't like him as a person, you think, but my 401k, but I'm making money. Wow, you have no morals, none. That's impressive. It's impressive to have absolutely no morals, so you will do anything for money. Wow, that's sad. Oh, all I'm getting is they're focused judges. And that's how they could hurt or lessen the power of the ACA. But I'm not getting the tower. So let's look at, goodness, 20. Oh my goodness. I got a huge super chat. I'm so sorry. I missed saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, pre-existing condition. What about the Okay, we're at 25 minutes. Let me look at here for a second. What about this illness? There it is, Kathy. Kathy, thank you so much. Thank you. What is this about? This illness is a pre-existing condition because of the damage it causes. Is that going to cause health insurance nightmares for people? Living nightmares? Oh, 2 cards fell out of the deck. Oh, the card of being hurt, ill, sick, and then the sun, which is a lovely health card of health and wellness. Interesting. Oh. Yeah, how is the stock market flourishing in this environment? I hear you. I'll add that to the list. We are at about 25:30. Okay. Sorry, I've got to keep track of this if I'm going to be able to create any kind of time stamping. Plus, I need to keep track of your questions so I know what I'm reading on. He's back. Yes, he is. Okay. Pre-existing. This illness is a pre-existing condition. Okay, I'm reaching out for the energy. Oh, I can see people standing in, I don't know if you've, there's a hospital near where I live, and you go, if you go to like the billing area, it's like a separate place, and someone's standing kind of there, that area, and so angry. Yeah, I mean, the Republicans have so deeply betrayed our trust. You know, money to help us so kids aren't going hungry. Okay, $1,200 once. Oh, for how many months? How many months? And some people haven't even gotten that. And what about health insurance? And what about this being covered? And what about all of these things? There's these things that are happening. And Wheel of Fortune. This literally feels like we are not going to have to worry about this. Let me put this over here. Okay. It feels like we're not going to have to worry about this. That the Trump administration is going to fall. But right now they're being protected. This is the card I get for the Republicans in a line protecting Trump. 9 of Wands, the moon. Oh, but they're not happy, and it feels like they are going to become more and more unhappy. Chariot in the middle. Voters leaving, moving. This is very much voters moving. Heck, I saw a tweet just a little while ago where it was another person just came forward and said, I'm no longer a Republican. Hermit, 8 of Pentacles. This feels like the future of the Republican Party, like coming up to this election and beyond. Right now, you know, we stand together and we're strong, but no, it means you're all going to sink together. Howl at the moon, really upset, and there's mass movement away. The choice between light and dark, and it's very clear which way to go, and it leaves Republicans like a hermit, isolated. So then they go back and they start crafting their message, and they try, you know, they had this resurgence because someone had the bright idea to say, all right, well, we can't win federally, we will do local. And then they just just knock themselves out getting Republicans power on a state level. So it's kind of back to the drawing board and focusing on the money. Bless you. That is the future of the Republican Party. McConnell said they weren't doing health care until after the election. Believe him or not? No, let's have a look. All he cares about right now is the judges. Trump wants the judges to do it. McConnell does not. McConnell wants the bragging rights. And I despise McConnell with every fiber of my being. However, I can say one thing about him, that he is better than Trump when it comes to taking responsibility for things. I'm not saying they're the right things. Taking on health care. They've got other things to worry about. Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands, Page of Cups. That's Nancy Pelosi, as long as she's there. And yeah, it's not good. He wouldn't have any luck. McConnell wouldn't have any luck getting anything through no matter what. Nope. Nope. No. So, okay. So I think this is kind of the future of the near future of the Republican Party. How you doing, sweetheart? All right, so Trump's valet. So we're on 32. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I just want you to know that. Thank you. All right, Trump's valet. Is this his body man, or is this an actual different? Getting him dressed in the morning has got to be like, you know, well, I call Mnuchin of Versailles. It's got to be like getting dressed at Versailles in the morning. Getting specifically the women, but any of them, you know, dressed in the morning. Because if you look at Trump, I mean, I saw him standing up in the Rose Garden, and he wasn't at the podium, he was just off to the side. But if you look at him, he stands up straight, but he has lifts in his shoes which tilt him forward. Plus he's wearing a girdle. Oh yeah, did you see that Axl Rose got into a fight on Twitter with Mnuchin? Yes, and Mnuchin put up the Liberian flag instead of the US flag. But Trump, he's got lifts on which tilts him forward, and he's got a corset on. He's got a girdle on, and so he's tilted forward, and his arms don't hang straight down. They hang slightly forward because he's tilted forward. So when he stands there, it's like he's about to topple forward, and he looks ridiculous. And then he wears those extra long ties, and he thinks it makes him. He thinks it all makes him look taller, more powerful, more in your face, and thinner. It's just, yeah. Oops. So getting Trump dressed in the morning and ready, and then with the hair, it's got to be a thing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if part of why he doesn't roll into the office until noon, part of it is it's how long it takes him to get ready. I mean, we know it's not all of it, but weevils wobble, but they don't fall down. That kind of describes Trump, doesn't it? After all this he's been through. We haven't been able to defeat him. Nothing's stuck because he's a weeble wobble. All right. Trump's valet. Is Trump worried? Is it spreading? Is it? Trump's valet. Hello, sweetheart. What do you think? Trump's valet. It's gonna, move. There you go. Trump's valet. He has more than one person who helps him get ready, because they're like talking to each other, and they're like talking shop, and like, oh yeah, and this and that, and oh yeah, and then with the hair of the Aquanet, and the, yeah. Page of Cups and the Sun. 5 of Cups, disappointment. 9 of Cups, sorry. Page of Cups, the Sun. 5 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Trump wasn't, I'm fine, my family's fine, I don't care. He has no empathy, and if it doesn't affect him directly, he doesn't care. And he didn't. I'm fine. The sun is shining upon me and mine. And then there's this disappointment, right, that's right close to him, but this is the sitting pretty card. This is the card of the Merchant, or the Wish, but it feels like the Merchant. Basically, that is a disappointment, but, you know, we don't get sick. We don't get such, it's almost like it's a low-class illness. And that doesn't happen to us. We have superior genetics. That's what Trump's thinking. Wow. I cannot wrap my head around these people. They are so awful. They're so awful. Wow. So is he spreading it around to other people gonna get it? Oh, insult to injury. Yeah, it would be an insult to injury if yeah, after everything Trump says, if suddenly he gets it, he would just be furious. Hermit, Lovers, ugh. Sorry, I get some stuff for Trump sometimes. It's like, ugh. 5 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the Emperor. I think there's some more people around him who are going to get it. People who work there, because it feels like it being quiet, a little bit quieter in the White House. But these may as well be disinfecting brushes and feather dusters and everything, because everybody's furiously cleaning all around him all the time. Disinfecting his glass before he gets it, disinfecting this, disinfecting that, disinfecting the other. And this is Trump. They're not seeing a lot of people, and he's close to only certain people. Yeah, honestly, the main thing I'm getting, the main energy I'm getting is these people are so full of themselves. Sometimes it's hard to figure out, like, reach for the energy in their future, because their current state of mind is so loud, so overwhelming, and just so noxious. So is Trump going to get it himself? Knight of Swords, 8 of Cups, 9 of Wands, Tower, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. You'd think the Tower would be an absolute yes, and this is the card of the Thief, and this is a card of an institution like a hospital. They've been warned, all those Democrats warning them, and then it's spreading. See, crossing the land. This would be the first time I've ever picked up anything about the possibility of Trump catching this thing. I'm trying to... The energy is a possibility. It doesn't feel... Let me see. It doesn't feel like a 100%. It isn't like a wow. Does that make sense? Because I definitely have readings where I wonder if he would just go into denial. I wonder if he would just go into complete denial. I have a cold. You know, it's like, oh, we have to keep an eye on you. Because with his cardiovascular system, I would imagine that would floor him. Four of Swords. Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords. There's a possibility. But I don't, there's a possibility, but I don't think so. It's a sword of truth, and yes, it is spreading all around, and you get the sword of truth, which potentially could even be, you know, surgery for some reason, but everybody's watching Trump. Things taking form, like they nip it in the bud somehow. I'm not getting yes, and even with the Tower card, the energy isn't behind it. Does that make sense? Okay. If he doesn't get it, though, there's proof you can avoid it if you're careful. He may not even notice. I hear you. I'm sorry I'm not getting a clearer reading on that. I'm just, the energy behind it is not strong. Okay. We are at almost 43. Okay. Why the Defense Production Act? Why yes for meat and no for testing? I'll do meat here and testing here. And throw a few cards. Let me see here. All right. Let me shuffle a bit. Trump has invoked the DPA, the Defense Production Act, but he invoked it to keep meat processing plants open. He made the decision to keep meat processing plants open, but not for, I don't know, testing. All right, meat testing. And this be testing for the illness. That's just meat processing. Meat processing. And this is for, why not illness testing? My back's tightening up. I don't know why. I just reach out for this energy. I'm fine. It's odd. Ow. My back just tightened up. Oh. It's because it's what he understands. This, he understands. He wants his rubber charcoal steak massively overcooked with ketchup to try to soften the giant blackened gristle that it is. He understands this. This testing thing, he doesn't understand it. And as much as he goes in and tries to say, well, my uncle was in whatever, and I know all that, and I'm so smart, he feels out of his element. He makes him feel stupid. Meat. Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and above it, the Magician and Sickness. . Excuse me. this is people having to work but getting sick. And then this is the thief card, and getting away with something, but trying to throw, a tiny bit of money to try to get people to make up for the fact that you're risking killing people. That's what's going on with the meat processing and the medical testing. There's the hangman and there's the empress. This is the card I get for America. This is Trump. He feels out of his element. He feels weak. I would even use the word that begins with imp. Nine of Cups, Ace of Rods, and what they were trying to do and say, oh well, just use this, or just use that. He can't. He can talk about that horrible stuff he eats all day long, but he doesn't have the knowledge. He sounds like an idiot, and he's in a room around doctors who he feels are that. I'm not saying, well, he feels like they think they're superior to him. It's personal animosity, it's personal weakness. That's why he helped one industry or used the DPA for one industry but didn't use it to help the American people. It's because it hurts his widow feelings. It hurts his widow ego. Poor Twimpy Wumpy, it hurts his ego. Yep, Melissa say on it. McTurtle wants absolution for meatpacking companies. Yep. Is he going to get it? Going to get immunity? Four of Pentacles, being able to hold on to your money, but also miserly. Well, Death card, that's kind of where this all starts. Page of Swords, Queen of Swords. These are investigations, and Knight of Swords. All right, this is all lawyerly stuff. And the Eight of Cups. There are so many cases. These are cups. Democrats having a lot of say, having a lot to put in the way, because McConnell wants to stop this from going forward. He wants to protect. He wants businesses to be able to keep their money. Even if it causes death. And these would be investigations and lawyers and all this, and McConnell wants to put something here to stop it, but what he's got there is a whole bunch of Democrats. Let me see what else I've got here. Will get immunity. Will McConnell get immunity for all of these companies? Oh, that's the argument. Seven of Pentacles. That's the whole argument. We have to get the country going. We have to. Well, Democrats were trying to get protections. That went nowhere. But the Republican argument is very shaky. So, it comes down to this. Major Arcana, so capital letters, very important. Justice. Is there going to be justice for there's the fly there, the pestilence. Will there be justice for the pestilence, for those who catch it, or will the companies be immune? Well, there's the Sun. 3 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Magician. I think there are some companies that they're going to get. This is Republican power. Republicans getting their way somewhat, but it's not overwhelming. It doesn't, even though this is the Magician, it doesn't feel like huge energy here either. But there's definitely this hanging over it, which is it's bringing to light the conditions, and that will have an effect on the future. But in the short term, I think this corruption may block justice. As this sits on top of that. Yuck. Yuck. Boof. Okay. 51, where are we? Meat production, and I'll have to go back and figure out what time it was for corporate immunity. Okay, we'll read on Trump's health, and then is Kavanaugh nervous about Trump losing? All right, so Trump's health, will start 52 here. Okay. Hang on, let me shuffle here. Oops, scroll down. Trump's health and then Kavanaugh. Trump's health and Kavanaugh. All right, Trumpy. All right, Trumpster fire. How's your health? Stomach upset. Indigestion. Acid reflux. High cholesterol. Our blockage of arteries, stretched thin, and something very artificial in his system. I'll leave that at that. Trump's health. How's it going? How is it going to go? His insides look like the floor of a fast food restaurant. Yeah, right in front of the grill. Yep. Trump's health. How's it going to go going forward? Oh, yeah, face down in that mucky pond again. Ugh. His energy is so awful. Ugh. Ugh. All right, Trump. How's your health going to be? That's not good. Tower. Let's see what that relates to. I also take it he's leading a Valley of the Dolls lifestyle. Oh, Lynott, we're going to have to use that. That's, yes, Valley of the Dolls lifestyle. That's what we're going to call it. I like it. It's awesome. Thank you. All right, Knight of Wands, King of Wands is that Trump sees himself. The World. 4 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. About the same. This is his insufferable superiority, and his son having the same, Junior having the same thing, because they're from the same stock. The world is ours, and yeah, he maybe doesn't. He certainly he has a lot of bad health things hanging over him, and that could fall at any point and skewer him, and various health problems. But Knight of Pentacles just fighting for Trump Republicanism. I'm not seeing those. So what's the deal with the Tower, or is that just the worry that something would happen to him? And regulars know, and I will mention this just to be certain, I do not want this man to die. I don't want anyone to die, but I do not want this man to die. I don't wish ill on anybody, and I certainly don't wish martyrdom on Trump. His energy's so bad. But it's all like, it's all up here. It's all up in the above the head, because it's so. Isn't it like above the head, crown chakra, beautiful? No, it's just the gunk, where some of the gunk congregates in his aura. Future health, anything for us to know. Though he's going to have bigger problems. Three of Swords, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. He's going to have other problems. Heartbreak, turn in fortunes, downturn in fortunes, heartache. This is Democrats and Republicans carrying on like, okay, bye. La la la, what are we having for lunch? What's over here? What should we do? They're just like, oh good, we don't have to deal with him anymore. Bye. Gone. Don't let the door hit you in the rear end on the way out. I mean, the Democrats are going to have all kind of hearing. They're going to have to be all kinds of hearings, but for Trump himself, it's going to be oh, I'm sorry. Did you? Oh, you're almost out the door. Push. So, it would be best if Dumpy had to face the consequences of his actions. Melissa, I am 100% behind that. I guess it will happen when it happens. 58. Kavanaugh. I would also like to mention that one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life was Matt Damon on SNL as Brett Kavanaugh. And the thing right near the beginning where he sits down and he's getting settled in, and I forget who it was, someone says, Justice Kavanaugh, and he goes, what? Yeah. Kavanaugh. Brett. Oh, he's liking the new life. He is liking the new digs. He loves the respect. He is loving this. Oh, this is fantastic. Everybody listens to him. Everybody, well, his fellow judges, some of them are, yeah. But in general, oh, thank you, Jenny. He's just, yeah, I mean, he's doing everything but sitting on the bench, listening to arguments while getting a pedicure at the same time. I mean, he's in the lap of judicial luxury. And he's a lot of reading to do, but that's kind of it. Mostly it's just his opinion. I like beer, exactly. So, you worried something's going to happen to Trump? Or something happened to you? Or how are you feeling about Trump? He tries not to think about Trump. Are you worried about Trump? And are you worried about... Should you be worried? Let's see what the cards have to say. Well, we'll see the best tack to take to attack this topic. Kavanaugh, oh, there's his energy. His cardiovascular system's in better shape than Trump's, for what that's worth. It's a low bar. Temperance. Or it's the label on a craft beer bottle. Ace of Cups. Okay. The cards have a sense of humor. Yeah, what about his liver? Exactly. Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, Six of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Emperor. This is just him living the life. He's happy. He's having to, when it comes to Trump stuff, him having to, he'll never recuse himself, but him having to be careful what he says, even just talking about it amongst others, like certainly other justices. This is a possibility of there's definitely, that's definitely movement. At first I was like, well, yeah, maybe it's immigrants or something. No, that's movement. That's him moving, having to, because it's frustrating. The energy, it's kind of back and forth. What this is Democrats having power, gaining power, which comes, against the emperor. But this is also, there aren't enough liberal judges. There aren't enough left-leaning or centrist judges to really effectively stop Trump. Yeah, the liberal judges on their own aren't enough to stop what Trump wants, but there are some centrists. There are some swing, in certain topics, there could be some swing votes. Oh, Kavanaugh's not worried about, he's not worried about Trump losing whether Trump's president or not. He's more looking at the cases. And on the one hand, he doesn't want to bite the hand that gave him the job, but at the same time, no, for some reason he still needs to suck up. Why does he need to suck up to Trump? Is there any truth to that story, the theory, the story out there that someone paid off Kavanaugh's debts? Is it truth that there's a secret? It's not just Blasey Ford, and that was a very strong opinion on that one. And you can probably guess what it is. Republicans paid off his gambling debts. How would we know that? I've heard that. But how would we know? I mean, we can't see his bank account. Again, I like beer. Mr. I like beer. Apparently this is the card of Mr. I like beer. Ace of Cups again. Magician. Ten of Swords. Queen of Swords. The Fool. Well, he definitely took power in his own hands, and then it was, he was definitely knocked down. But then I'm not saying this is, but it's just like Mercer money kind of thing. Oh yeah, forensic accountants could do a lot, but I'm saying And then Trump was very much, this is very much an upward slope from his own mistakes. There's a possibility. There are secrets back there. I can feel them. I can feel them right there. And it's not just what he did to that poor woman. And I'm sorry, but I've never gotten anything but that, yes, he did that to that poor woman. He's got secrets. He's got big, big secrets. And the secret's going to come out. Sorry, I just feel like I'm being pulled in this direction, so. 9 of Swords, which is a worry card. Page of Cups, 4 of Cups, Moon, 9 of Wands, 10 of Cups. The Republicans are protecting him. From himself. I wonder how much he drinks. And I don't know if I'm not necessarily, country clubs have huge illegal card games. Oh, I'm sure. That feels like a whole lot of cups, full cups, stuff in cups. And howling at the moon. Not being sober, that's what that feels like. I wonder if it feels like dumb decisions he made while drunk. He gambles a lot, okay. He's got secrets back there, and they're not well hidden. They're not well hidden. And he is worried they'll come out. But then he just like shoves it back down, and I'm not thinking about that. High Priestess. Strength. Knight of Wands. Queen of... Oh, all roads lead to Pelosi. And other than the Knight of Wands there, those are 3 powerful women in these cards. High Priestess, Strength, and the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is Pelosi. It feels like all roads lead to Pelosi. Yeah. Kavanaugh's story's not over. I would say that. But, well, my goodness, time just flew. But I've run over, significantly over. But I'm so glad you're here. Case of Bear Day could be Melissa. It could be anything. I got not sober. Stupid decisions made while not sober. But we need a new Senate. Oh, from your typing fingertips to God's ears. Seriously, yes. All right. Well, I'm going to go. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much to our moderators. You are so great. Thank you. And I will be back here tomorrow, and Central Time in the U.S. at 12 noon, and I will answer more of your questions then. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Hang in there. All right. We're going to get through this. We are. We're going to get through this. It's going to be okay. All right. We've got each other's backs. We do. All right. Hang on. Have a great day, guys.